Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician's channel, and today we're going to be going more in depth into my pliers. Today specifically talking about my Knipex pliers. Some of the best pliers I've ever used and probably one of the best plier companies available. They are based out of Germany, so German made pliers. Extremely durable, very well made, extremely strong. I mean, just all around great. Now, I do use these here at home. My job, I work as a mechanic on a race team, so all of our tools are provided to us. We don't actually use our own tools, so these just get used here at the house. Still, I do not regret buying these. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive. They're about as professional as you get when it comes to pliers, but I don't regret it, even though they're a little pricey. These will last me my lifetime. And I'm going to go into some of the features and stuff and compare them to some of the other pliers that I have of similar design here at the house. So first up is the long reach pliers. I absolutely love these. The teeth on them, they have a variation of different teeth on here for different scenarios, you know, whether you're grabbing different size fasteners, wires, pins, cables, anything like that. You got various size teeth here to help you grab. You got the teeth down here and then the small teeth up at the top to help you grip. So a very nice setup here, and I love how slim they are. They're extremely strong. This black rust resistant coating is phenomenal. Even getting beat up and scratched, these things hold up very well. So that's really nice. And the other long reach pliers that I have here at the house, yes, this is kind of like comparing your one ply Dollar General cheapest toilet paper to your, you know, Charmin Ultra 16 ply toilet paper, but both at this time can be considered liquid gold, and each one has its own purpose. If you're not looking at spending a whole lot of money and you're only doing work, you know, a few times a month, these do me just fine. I just did a review on these. They're not as strong. They're obviously not as well made, but for what I use them for, they work great. But compared to the Knipex, you know, it's night and day difference. But it all depends on what you're using it for. If you can't justify, you know, spending the amount of money for something that you're only going to use a couple times a month, go for it. There's nothing wrong with these. So overall, same length. Obviously, you can see the thickness difference. And here you just have the basic teeth, and that's it. And the teeth only go to about right here, and then it's just flat here. Whereas here you have a lot of different variations in teeth style. A coating on this one to help prevent it from rusting. And I mean, overall, like I said, both can be liquid gold just depending on how much you use it and what you're using it for. And then I also have the bent tip as well. Same thing from Harbor Freight. So, you know, you can get this two-piece set for, I want to say under 20 bucks, whereas this one you're going to be looking at spending around $100. So yes, there's a big price difference there, but it all depends on what you need them for. Overall, I really, really love these pliers. I love how slim they are. That's one of the biggest benefits, because if I'm reaching down into, if I'm using long reach pliers, it's because I either drop something or I need to grab something that's in a really tight space, you know, somewhere that I can't get my hands or a normal pair of pliers. So not only does that long reach help, but so does the thinness of this as well as the variations in the teeth. Next up is probably one of my most used pair of my Knipex pliers, and that is the miniature bolt cutters. I almost don't even use my diagonal side cutters now, because after I got these, I basically use these for cutting anything. These are extremely good at cutting, you know, bigger and smaller items, and the way they have them set up, it just makes cutting things extremely easy. So this is really nice. Here's the part number for it if you guys are interested. Also, keep in mind that almost everything that I do videos on that I suggest, it's going to be linked down in the description. This is going to be under tools I suggest, so just keep that in mind. Part number for the long reach. Focus. And then, like I was saying, I don't have another pair of miniature bolt cutters, but my diagonal side cutters, don't really use them as much anymore because I have the diagonal side cutters. That doesn't mean that I don't use these, just not as often. Here you can kind of see the handle shape is different on each side. Just makes it really comfortable to hold. I have a couple other diagonal side cutters. I have the Southwire USA made diagonal side cutters. These are nice as well. And the Channel Lock USA made diagonal side cutters. I love Channel Lock. They're very affordable and made in the USA, so that's great. But even the Southwire ones seem a little bit better made than this set. This one seems kind of fat, but there's nothing wrong with them. Just kind of stating some differences. But the Southwire and the Knipex are very similar in design, and both work very well. So here is the part number. Once again, all of these have a rust resistant coating, even the needle nose, just right here. That's it. And then obviously in the cutting portion as well. I really like these. A couple of my other pair, like the Channel Locks, these are really nice. They got nice big teeth up here. You got a cutting portion and teeth down here, whereas the Knipex just has the teeth up at the top of the jaws and the cutter, whereas this has the big teeth as well. The only real big gripe I have about this set specifically, they have many different sets from Channel Lock, is it is kind of bulky and kind of cut weird, or machined down weird. It's really thick through here, and then right up at like the last half inch it gets really skinny. You can see the big difference in design. Nothing wrong with that, just not as slim. Both really good pairs of pliers. And here is the part number. And then besides my mini bolt cutters, this is probably my second most used pair of pliers. When I first started buying tools, I got the DeWalt and Bostitch pair of tongue and groove locking, boom, almost Cobra style pliers with the locking button and how they're set up. But this is a multi-piece design, obviously not as strong. There's a lot more flex in these, and they're painted. They don't really have a rust resistant coating. Would be the paint, but you know what I mean. It's not like a black oxide or anything like that. And you do get some play in the teeth, and that paint gets chipped up pretty easily. Whereas the Cobras hold up very well. The teeth hold up very well. I like how easy it is to adjust, how many different positions there are compared to some of the, I don't know if you want to call them like knockoffs of, the Cobra pliers from other companies. There's not as many teeth selections, and it doesn't operate quite as smoothly. But once again, if you're not looking at spending, the good chunk of change for these are a good option. Depending on how much you use them and how often you use them, these have worked just fine for me as well. I have a couple pair because it's always handy to have a couple pair of tongue and groove pliers. So overall, still really good for 1-ply toilet paper. That might be a 3-ply to your 16-ply. But that's just me stating, no matter what pliers you go with, there's a lot of brands out there that are very affordable and will work for your situation where you don't need to spend the money like you would have to if you want the Knipex. But if you're only working so much, or you're not doing super heavy duty jobs constantly, that's where other brands will be just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Plus, you can get very affordable USA made pliers as well that are going to last a really long time. So you just got to keep an eye on it. But today, specifically talking about the Knipex made in Germany, they're my favorite by far, just because of how durable and how well they were engineered. Very happy with these. Please let me know your guys' thoughts if you've used Knipex. If you're thinking about buying them, I think they're a great purchase. But if you're looking at saving some money, Channel Lock's a good one. There's a lot of USA made brands out there, as well as, some of the other knockoffs. Just take a look at them if you can get your hands on them. See what you think of them. If they're gonna, if you believe they're gonna stand up to the jobs that you're gonna do, then save yourself some money. But if you're looking for something that's really nice, I do suggest Knipex. But once again, all of these things are going to be linked down in the description for you guys. Please let me know your guys' thoughts. And as always, if you guys enjoyed, please hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below. And as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. See you guys next time.